Thank you for tuning in to Recreated Minds. I'm your host, C Sizzle. I appreciate your time. Now, look, let's get into this topic. Is marriage worth it in today's time, in today's environment, for the average modern man? Now, I can get my take on it. My perspective of it is, you know, it needs to be a benefit there for it to be worth it. So, from my perspective, what I'm seeing is that it seems to look like that it's supposed to be beneficial. But the way the system is set up now, it seems like a woman has every incentive to leave the marriage. Starting with this, for example. Regardless of who did what, matter of fact, if she did wrong, if she cheated on you, she can divorce you and still receive alimony, child support if you have children, and she can spousal support, period. She can still receive that even if she committed the adultery, if you as the man make more money than she do. And that is an outrageous law to have, because that incentivizes not only bad behavior, but it also incentivizes that, okay, well, I can do no wrong, basically, and still receive benefits from whatever I do. I'm talking about straight up come up for somebody, especially if you're dealing with somebody that got more money than you, which is typically in marriages. It's usually the man. They get the money or whatever. So if that's the case, if I'm a man trying to get married today, would I want to take the risk? Personally, I wouldn't mind taking the risk, but I vet differently. I'm an analyzer. I filter out bullshit. I'm very strict on who I allow into my inner circle. So that's from a personal point of view. But the average guy working around with the average knowledge and the average upbringing, they're not really implementing the process of elimination. Most guys, they like what they see. You can treat them nice for a temporary time zone. You can get into their, you can break their walls off and get into their personal space. Get them to trust you, and women have a certain sense of charm about themselves. A woman can charm her way to a man's heart. She play her cards right long enough. So marriage to me is a damn good thing. The foundation of it is supposed to be a good thing. But when you put the system aspect into the equation, things start to get the water becomes a lot more filthier when you put the system aspect into it. You can get married, but you have to understand the person that you marry needs to have some form of culture behind them, because the culture is going to hold them accountable to their behavior, depending on the culture. And now I ain't talking about this rap culture, this ghetto slang, just total rebellious culture. I ain't talking about that. That's the opposite of what you need to be trying to get with. You don't even need to be a girlfriend and boyfriend with a person like that, let alone a friend with them. I stay away from people like that. Now, I get it. We all come from sort of, to a degree, troubled backgrounds, but it's a choice to be better. So, I prefer to have a woman. For me, if I'm going to deal with a woman trying to get and grow to a marriage, a woman who I already know is going to be somewhat submissive to me, feminine. She's going to be aspirational. Even if she's not perfect, that's cool. I don't think you're going to get 100% out of nobody, because people are flawed. The human mammal, which is the human animal, is a flawed creature. So understand that you're not going to find a perfect person. But goddamn it, they damn near need to be if we talking about marriage, because marriage, there's more at stake when it comes to marriage. You have more to lose when it comes to marriage, especially if you a man of means. I don't think that the average guy mentally, for sure, needs to be married unless he has a brutal understanding about the way this game is rigged. Because make no mistake, this shit is rigged. And if you don't know how to play it, you will get your ass kicked off the stage, goddamn it, harshly. But typically, men pay a higher cost for marriage. Um, the marriage, well, the divorce industry, rather, that's a $50 billion industry yearly. $50 billion off of people getting divorced, people not knowing how to work together, not knowing how to put aside their differences. $50 billion. So of course there's an incentive. Look who's getting paid to keep the riffraff going. So personally, yeah, I would love to get married. I would love to be a married man. You know, it's honorable. It's the right thing to do. It keeps away diseases for the most part. It keeps away riffraff, drama, and trouble. But at the same time, with the way a lot of specifically American women, not all, not this 100%, but specifically American women, the way they think to a degree, it's kind of all about them, what they can get out of it, what benefits them, not necessarily what benefit they bring, but the benefit they can extract from a person. That's kind of the mindset. And I would say to a lesser degree, I don't know if it's just me, but I've been kind of seeing like a vibe or energy to where it seems like specifically really a lot of our women, this here when, yeah, brown people, it seems like the women have a disdain for our men, us. I don't know if it's just me or but this is what I'm seeing. You go around, you see the attitudes, you talk to them, they looking down at the phone, don't want to acknowledge what you're saying. I'm talking about I see this shit. And it's like, damn, where is this stemming from? It's like a hidden anger, a hidden rebelliousness against their own man. And this needs to be talked about. We'll cover that another day. When it comes to the marriage part, yeah, it's kind of hard to really say because, nothing's written in stone. There's no perfect outcome from any choice. But if you want a life of peace, you want a life of stability, being single, as long as you making the money to afford it, it's more of a guarantee for a male in today's time because it's more predictable. Your future is more predictable. Like I said, if you get your woman with culture, you will have a better chance at she'll be more sustained mentally and emotionally because she's been kind of groomed to be more understanding and have a bigger and better outlook on marriage and men. So if you go that route, to me, that's a better route. If you're going to choose marriage, you need to choose a woman who has culture and family behind her, who can hold her accountable for the bullshit just in case she get on it. That's what you're going to have. But if you don't have a woman who's been cultured and she's been raised kind of in the streets, or, she's had a real tough upbringing that she never really properly healed from, so she walking around with trauma and whoever she deal with, she's bringing that shit with her and she's basically acting out on it without knowing or knowing that she's doing it. That's going to be a problem for you. And that's, depending on the kind of man you are, you don't want to get mixed up with somebody who has unhealed trauma, especially when it comes to marriage. You can do something. It's not that you can't turn it into something, but it takes a level of patience and it takes a level of understanding and mercy to kind of be able to tolerate that until it's healed, if it gets healed. But personally, I think a person should do that on their own in a time where in the time zone when they're not dating anyone and it's just they're free and they're single. That's the time for them to be working on it. And if they're not working on it, then obviously they don't plan on getting better. So if that's the case, they ass deserve to die alone. Die alone. My bad. The thing is, I don't see marriage in the cards for a lot of people in today's time. For a male, for sure, it don't really benefit you. She can leave you when she get ready. You can't make her stay. They really ain't never satisfied. If I'm being honest and real with you, they're gonna always find something to complain about. Whether you're doing something right, you're not doing enough. You got it in the slot, but I'll take it back out and put it in slower. It's like, it's small things that can lead to big outcomes. So protect yourself at all times, men and women. But specifically, since I'm a man, I can relate because I'm dealing with a lot of the stuff that people are dealing with out here. I see a lot of things. I date. I'm a single man. So I see it with my own eyes. So I'm just not sure for a male if it's really a smart thing to do. The more money you have, the more success you have, the more aspiration that you have for yourself as a male. It's crazy, but we damn near in a time where you damn near have to be selfish just to protect yourself. Because if you don't, you got a lot of vultures. You know how vultures fly around a carcass after a predator is done eating the prey? They just fly around and wait for their moment of opportunity. That's what's going on. You got a lot of opportunities out here that will disguise themselves as a potential candidate. You have to be careful of that. But see, this is where the experience of being a man and growing up around preferably older men who can tell you the game about what they've been through so that you can kind of like go around the bullshit because you don't want to repeat the same mistake. If somebody's telling you, man, I made this mistake, these are the signs you need to be looking out for. And when you see it, when you smell it, stay away from it. Matter of fact, if it's left, go right. If it's right, go left. Don't, man, go around it. Don't even tolerate it. Don't even pay attention. Don't give it the time of day if you're trying to win, because if you do and you end up going down this road with a woman and you end up getting married and she end up doing exactly the shit I just told you they may do, that typically has an effect on a man negatively. So let's take this. Let's say, for example, I'll bring this up for a slight second. The man in Shreveport, Louisiana, he just got through unaliving 7 kids because his wife chose to want to divorce him, which he has the right to do for whatever reason. But obviously it was something mentally when he heard this, he was going through. I heard his brother mention that he was talking about it. He was kind of venting to him about it. Wasn't really taking it all that well to the point where he lost his mind and killed his own children, shot his wife and her sister. And he even shot one of his nephews. All of that built up anger and evilness and wickedness that was the thoughts in his head, he unleashed that shit on any and everyone around him because of the pressure that came with that potential divorce that was getting ready to happen. So, yes, you have to, as a man, you have to protect your mental. You have to protect your heart because men, when their emotions go unchecked, can become very dangerous. This is a part of society that's not taught to society because this ain't something you can just look past. What happened in that situation, that's an obvious, predictable thing when a man is emotionally unstable. Coming from a man, we know these things about one another. That's why we don't try to pick fights where we don't have to. Small things, as a man, you try to look over because we know something small can turn into the death of a person. It can turn into a shooting. It can turn into all-out war amongst fellow men. That's why you have to keep your mental and your emotion in check. And divorces tend to destabilize your mental and emotion. You know what I'm saying? It does that. So if I had to chalk it up right now to where if a man should be married in today's time, is it worth it? Is the outcome rewarding? Does it typically end this way? Actually, I got 2 answers. Yes, marriage can be rewarding and it can be worth the while if you choose correctly. But when I say choose correctly, because of the days we living in, because of the culture the women are growing up in, God damn it, you have to choose this shit like you choosing the next king of England. You have to be very, very precise with your decision. And if you don't have good decision-making skills, if you can't decipher between a good woman, bad woman, a woman who got a background to where her parents hold her accountable, even if she do get on that shit, stay away from it. Because If you don't, you're gonna end up getting messed off. And when you get messed off, it's gonna build up. It's gonna constantly build up, build up, and build up. And if you're not mentally strong enough to, keep your mind and your thoughts in check, you can very well find yourself acting out on some bullshit. So, yes, for those kind of men who got that shit in order. No, for the men who out here, you getting your money, you're not really groomed for marriage, but you wouldn't mind trying it and experimenting with it. You got 2-3 kids out already. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think it's good for those type of men. I think you need to just get your money. You meet a young lady that's cool and all that. You can take the risk. I wouldn't, because I'm already knowing if that's my mindset as a man, I'm not really prepared to take the loss that comes with that kind of risk. With me, it's all about keeping my mental stable, my finances stable, my body right, and my God first. That's all it is with me. If a woman can't come into my life and add benefit or value to what I'm already building, what I already got going, then she will be no part of it. And that's just all it is to it. But thank you for tuning in. Tune in for the next topic. Got something hot for you. Peace.